everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video I'm really excited to be doing a collaboration video, and this is with the channel Thingsbytheberk, and the subject of today's video is products that I don't love but can't seem to throw away. So I sent Rachel a DM on Instagram to kind of pitch this idea to see if she would be interested in doing a collab, and she did kindly agree to do so. So that is what today's video is. I first stumbled across Rachel's channel when we were both moderators on Samantha March's live chats, and I followed through to her channel and ended up adding a few of her videos to my watch later playlist and then kind of binge watching them. And I think when I was actually working my way through the videos I did comment on each one, as I do tend to do on every video that I watch anyway, so she must have got bombarded with notifications of my comments on some of her videos that at that point were already a couple of months old. But I did really enjoy what I was watching, so I did subscribe to her channel and I've kind of been hooked ever since. She is definitely one of the most hardest working YouTubers that I follow. She somehow manages to hold down a full-time job, also posting 7 days a week. I hadn't actually appreciated that she was posting 7 days a week until I seen her a YouTube rewind tag, in which one of the questions is how many videos did you post in the last year, and she had said it was 360 something, so it was basically every single day. Hats off to her. I really don't know how she manages to put 7 videos out a week, because it is hard work. She does put out a lot of great content. I would highly recommend checking out her channel. I will link her channel in the description box below, and then once her video is live I will also link that in the description box. I believe the time that this is going up is 8 AM UK time, because that is the time that Rachel usually posts her videos. I think from where she is she's posting in the middle of the night, but I remember her saying once that it's so people can wake up to her videos, because I think a lot of people had said they kind of get ready with her videos each day, so that's why she was posting them, so that they were on people's feeds when they woke up. I said for this collaboration I would move my schedule time up to 8 AM. So on to the actual video content itself, and what we are talking about is products that I have but I don't love, but I somehow can't seem to part with them. I have picked out 8 products that I want to talk about. I did try to pretty much keep it to makeup, but there is one product which is one of the first ones that kind of sprung to mind when I wanted to do this video, and it is technically skincare, but because it's the one that kind of spurred the idea, that's why I thought I best mention it, but it is technically skincare, so I will actually start with that product. That is the Tarte Maracuja oil. It's probably the second of these that I've had now, because I did actually completely finish one up, and even though I thought I loved it, it turns out after trying a few other different oils, one that springs to mind is the Dr. Botanicals rose oil. I've realised that I don't like this one so much. It's not a bad oil, it does leave my skin feeling nice and soft, but it's not got the nicest of scents. It is quite a kind of natural herby type scent to it. So now that I know I love the scent of the Dr. Botanicals one so much, I just can't seem to get past it. Because I know it's not a bad product, I think that's why I can't seem to part with it, and because I know I did love it at some point. So I kind of feel bad decluttering it even though I don't love it anymore. This is the reason why I did actually include it in my project pan for this year, just to finish it up. I don't think I have any more backups of it in my drawer. I do tend to like getting skincare from Tarte in their holiday sets, because I do like their sort of holiday minis, and this product does make a regular appearance in a lot of skincare kits. If it is in there and there are other products that I know I'll get my money's worth out of, regardless of whether this is in there or not, I will still purchase the set, but then I will probably just either give it to a friend or put it in a future giveaway or something, because I need to not open it like I did with this one when there's other ones that I love more. But now, because it's in my project pan, hopefully I'll get it finished up in the next few months. The next product is this NYX glitter primer. I've had this in my collection for quite a while now, and I did purchase it at the time. It was recommended by quite a few channels that I watched, and it's not a bad primer, but it's very kind of finicky to work with, in that a lot of my shadows skip over it. Because it is a glitter primer, that is more what it's for, rather than being an everyday eyeshadow primer, and I forget to apply eyeshadow primer at the best of times. With this one being a glitter primer, that to me would mean I would need to kind of apply my transition and my outer corner shade, then apply this, then apply my glitter or shimmer on top, and by the time I'm already going in with my eyeshadow brushes, I'm no longer thinking about primer. So I was regularly forgetting to use it all together because I'd need to do it in a different order than what I normally do. The two main eyeshadow primers that I use is one from the Balm, which is a more solid one, and then the Milani eyeshadow primer, both of which can just go under the base. And even if you're applying sort of, in my opinion, layers of shadows on top, I still feel like they do help with the longevity of the eyeshadow. This one is a great product, and if you are applying a shimmer shade or a glitter shade, it is great. It does exactly what it says it will do. It does adhere to the skin more, you don't get as much fallout, and it does last that little bit longer. But I just don't love it because of the way I have to use it. If I do apply it all over my lid, I really struggle with the matte shades that I'm using, especially the kind of darker shades in the outer V. So it is a bit of a pain to work with. The reason why I can't get rid of it though is because it is really good. I do have a few shadows which I know will only work with this. So a few of my more glittery eyeshadows and things, if I apply them even with the Milani or the Balm eyeshadow primer, they just don't work as well. But when I put this on, it does make the eyeshadow pop, and it does make it adhere to my eyelid better and also stay in place longer. So for the few times that I do need to rely on this, it's why I can't get rid of it, but it is mainly collecting dust in my collection. There is this Maybelline Fit Me Loose Setting Powder. This is in the shade Fair Light. I'm not a massive fan of it because it does cling to my dry patches. I have tried it with numerous different foundations, and it obviously does work with some foundations better than others, but it's having to remember where best to apply it with a certain foundation, because I do tend to not wear the same foundation all the time. I do kind of switch it up each month. I do have, I would say, combination skin, so I do get dry patches across the kind of top part of my forehead, but then I do get a bit more oily on the normal T-zone area, and I also randomly have noticed I'm getting oily around here. Sometimes it looks like I have highlighter on already when I don't. It's just like the outskirts of my kind of eye socket I seem to be getting a bit oily with. I am needing to rely on setting powders a little bit more as of late. I was never into the whole kind of setting powder thing, and it was a step I could take or leave. I'm realising that I do need to use it a bit more because I think my skin may have changed. I would have always classed myself as kind of normal dry, but I think I am ever so slightly more oily these days. So that's why I do need to use the setting powders. I've tried a few different ones over the past year, some pressed powders, some loose powders, and a bit of each has kind of worked for me. But with this one, it doesn't work as well as other ones that I've tried. The reason why I can't part with this one is because I did actually buy this when I was in Canada. This product, for some reason, is not available here in the UK. We do have the Maybelline Fit Me powder, but we only have the pressed version. We don't have the loose version for some reason. I don't know why. So I can't part with it just in case my skin changes again and I can use it again. There's only a handful of times in which I can get this to work for me. More often than not, it does kind of cling to the dry patches and not look the best. But on the off chance that my skin does maybe go even more oilier, because that's the bits that it does look okay on, I still want to be able to have it to hand, even though at the moment I don't overly reach for it because I know I've got to think about where I'm applying it. I can't just kind of dust it all over. So that is why I can't get rid of it, because it's a really long way to travel should I decide I want to try it again. Next product we have is the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. This is one that I got when I was at the Glamour Beauty Festival last year, and was very excited to see that I was getting a full size. I knew we were getting it in the goodie bag, but I did presume it was just going to be a half size. With high-end mascaras, I do prefer the kind of half size ones, especially for how long it takes to go through a full-size mascara and the kind of 6-month rule that I like to stick to. This one is definitely not the worst mascara I've ever tried, but it's not the best, and it does take a bit of work to apply. You've definitely got to go in with a steady hand because the brush on it is quite large, and you always have to wipe off the excess because it does come out with a lot of product on it. I can't even attempt to apply this to my lower lashes because it is just too kind of voluminous of a brush. With regards to the effect of my upper lashes, it does give me a bit of volume and a bit of length, but if I kind of do one stroke too many, my lashes are clump central and I'm not a massive fan of clumpy mascara. I think it's why I never got round to trying the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, because I think these are quite similar, but for me it's just not great. The reason why I can't get rid of this one is because it's a high-end product, and obviously because it's a mascara, I wouldn't be comfortable passing it on to someone, so it would be going in the bin, which for a £20 mascara is a shame for a product that I don't hate. So I'm going to give it the 6 months and use it up as much as I can. I just won't really enjoy using it, but I just don't want it to be a waste by actually getting rid of it. So don't love it, definitely wouldn't purchase it myself, but I'm glad to have tried it, and if anything it's put me off even trying the Better Than Sex one, so it's saving me money there too. The next product is a Colourpop lippy pencil. This one is just in the shade Another Round, and I do have another one which I think is in the shade 951. I don't know what possessed me to pick two when I ordered them, because at the point I ordered them I knew I wasn't really a fan of lip liners. I think I couldn't really decide on the shade, and when they've arrived there's not much in the shades, to be honest. They are very, very similar. I think this one is slightly more peachy toned than the other one, but still there's not much in it. I'm too lazy to apply lip liners. That is my main issue, but so many people had said about these being the best affordable lip liners. They're great, they're creamy, they're really easy to apply for the sake of the few pounds that they were. That's why I ordered them. I'm still too lazy to apply lip liners. I've had one of these in my everyday makeup drawer for the past couple of months, and I think I've used them each once. They are easy to apply, I'm not going to deny that. They are nice and creamy. They do last a decent amount of time, I think, but I'm usually putting something on top of them, so I don't really see when they fade. And because of the fact I'm also putting something on top of them, that's why I can't really see the benefit of them. I think perhaps if I was a person that liked wearing lip gloss, that might be different, because I know you'd see the colour of this with just maybe a lip gloss on top. But because I'm not a lip gloss fan and I'm more of a liquid lipstick person, what products I'm putting on top of this are opaque enough that you can't see this anyway, so I'm literally applying it for nothing. The reason I can't get rid of these is pretty similar to the Fit Me powder, to be honest. Colourpop isn't a brand that is readily available here. I do have to order online from the US, so it is really, really hard for me to part with anything from Colourpop. I also think that maybe my preferences might change, again, similar with the Fit Me, and I might suddenly realise that I love applying lip liner, so I don't want to get rid of them, because one day I might decide that I do need to wear lip liner. Another lip product I have is this Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. This is in the shade Rosewood and is an absolutely gorgeous shade. I just really, really dislike the formula. The love of the shade is what makes me not want to get rid of this product. And this is probably a shade that can be duplicated, but for me, it's just something about this shade that it means it is unique to my collection. Every time I go to give this lipstick another go, as soon as I apply it, I just absolutely love the actual shade to it. But then about 5 minutes passes and I really want to take this off my lips because it is so drying. I can wear it if I apply other products underneath it, but as with the lip liner, I'm a very lazy makeup applier. Also, I do have limited time in the morning, so the less steps the better kind of thing. If I remember to put a lip balm underneath it or another maybe moisturising lipstick that's a lighter tone, I can get away with wearing it. It's definitely one of my least favourite lipstick formulas. Liquid lipsticks as well, I do not like them at all. So this one, I've kind of counted it as I hate the formula, but really, really, really love the colour. So I'm going to take it down the middle that I just love this product. But because I love the shade so much and I know I don't have one identical in my collection, and it is a product that I can kind of work with, that's why I can't get rid of it. This is one that out of everything here is probably the closest to being decluttered. And then the final two products are eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, you will not be surprised to see this here in the slightest. I probably bash this in every single video I feature it in. I don't really know what my problem is with it. I just seem to have some sort of vendetta against it, but it's just an everyday neutral eyeshadow palette. The colour story is nice and simple. You can achieve great everyday looks to it. I just can't seem to work with this palette. I find that the formula is really dry and it does take quite a lot of work. You also have an issue when using more than one eyeshadow in here, as you do with most eyeshadow palettes, that a lot of the looks I get kind of muddy together. It does have this really kind of interesting baby pink in here, but to me this shade's pretty useless because it does not translate on the lid at all. I've tried a multitude of different things to get it to show. I've even tried applying it over this, but it's a matte so it skipped of course, but I just don't love this palette. This one is actually, I take it back, I say this was the one that's nearly been decluttered the most. These are probably on par for nearly being decluttered the most. Because I did actually pay full price for this one, which is I think the £39, that's why I can't part with it. Also, it is a palette that I do take on holiday with me. If I ever go somewhere for longer than a few days and I do want to take a full eyeshadow palette with me, I'm very precious about all my eyeshadow palettes and I would be scared of them getting broken. Whereas because this is in tin packaging, I know it's going to be that little bit more protected, and also if this did get absolutely destroyed, I wouldn't be heartbroken. So that's one reason why I can't get rid of it, and then I say the second reason is because I did spend a lot of money on it. If anything though, I do have to thank it because it has saved me money. There's been so many Too Faced eyeshadow palettes from the kind of chocolate bar range that I've liked the look of and I've never purchased because I didn't like the formula of this. So in that way, it's got a little soft spot that it saved me money and was possibly worth the initial investment in that respect. But yeah, I just can't seem to part with it. It just keeps on clinging onto my collection. And when I go away on my holiday next, it'll still probably be coming with me, even though I don't enjoy using it. That's really daft, isn't it? And then the final product and eyeshadow palette is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette. I absolutely love the aesthetic of this palette. I am a huge lover of travel and anything travel based. So the fact that this has all little pictures of places all around the world on, I do really love that about it. And I think there's a fair portion of places on here that I've actually been to. It is also a very heavy palette. It's probably the heaviest palette that I own. I do like that you can completely fold back the mirror. So it does have its bonuses, but I just can't seem to get on board with the colour scheme and I don't know why. There are quite a lot of dark shades in here, but it does have kind of a bit of everything, so it should be an ideal palette. It's got the kind of moody, smoky colours, it's got pops of purple and oranges, and then it's got your top row of neutrals, so it should have everything that I need. But I just really struggle to come up with looks in this, and I think it's because one too many of the shades is dark. So when I'm applying this, which most of the time I'm wearing eyeshadow is kind of on a daily basis for work, when I do wear more neutrals, I do tend to just entirely stick to the top row. So a lot of this palette goes to waste. And then when it comes to the more colourful and darker shades, because they are quite dark, I have a bit of trouble working with them. So if I'm looking to create a look with these types of colours, I usually dip into those colours I have in other palettes. So this palette definitely doesn't get the love it deserves, but I can't part with it because, again, I spent a lot of money on it. I do think I got it on sale. I think I paid £29 or maybe even £25. I did get quite a heavy discount on it. So I didn't spend as much as full price on it. So that's one reason why I can't get rid of it. But so many people say how much they love this palette, and I keep using it and keep using it thinking I'm maybe going to have a light bulb moment one day and go, that's why people love it so much, but it doesn't seem to come. So this is another one that has kind of survived declutters, and I don't know if I could part with it, but it's definitely not one that I overly love. But I do just love the look of it because it does kind of speak to me with the travel theme of it. So that's probably why it survived, really, because I do like the look of it, which is a bit silly if I'm not actually using the products inside. So that is all the products that I have that I don't love but I can't seem to get rid of. Be sure to check out the video that Thingsbytheberk has posted to see what products she's chosen. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. Thanks!